Hey, what's up everyone? This is Michael Davis with Optimal Tribe, and today I'm going to be talking about the split tribe. So just to define a tribe real quickly, originally it would have been a group of people, no more than probably 150 people, that help you survive. And you'd probably be related to most of these people, and so this would be your tribe, and it would be one of your survival mechanisms. And so we were meant to be part of just one tribe. That's the way it was originally, but now we're part of multiple tribes. So you might be part of one tribe, which would be at your job, another tribe at your family, another tribe at your church, another tribe of your friends, another tribe of your whatever hobby you're involved in. And so this was really brought to my attention by Dr. Doug Lisle, who has a podcast called Beat Your Genes Podcast. And in some of the episodes on that podcast, he talks about there being multiple alphas in people's lives because their lives are split up between, let's say, their family, their job, their church, and each of these areas, each of these tribes has a different alpha, a different person who's in charge of that area of their life. And if in ancient times you'd be part of one tribe, and if there was competing alphas, they would compete with each other and they would deal with it with each other. Whereas now, if you're part of multiple tribes, then these alphas are making demands on you, and this is causing a lot of stress. Your church wants you to volunteer, or your pastor wants you to volunteer for the church. Your boss wants you to stay late for your job. Your husband, not that he's always an alpha figure, but could be an alpha figure, making demands for your time as well. So that type of issue really highlights the problem with splitting one tribe into many tribes. And you can almost think of these tribes, these split tribes, as niche tribes. People are part of different tribes for different reasons. They might be part of a church for community support. They might be, obviously they'll be part of a job to obtain resources, financial gains. Being part of a family will obviously fulfill a biological need. And with the hobby, this could provide you with more status or achievement. But there are some benefits to having a split tribe. There was a study of baboons, and baboons are one of the few animals who can meet their caloric needs of the day within a couple of hours, and then they can spend the rest of the day tormenting each other. And so groups of baboons have a very defined hierarchy, and they found in this hierarchy the baboons at the top of the hierarchy had very low stress levels, and baboons at the bottom of this hierarchy had very high stress levels, and this would cause a lot of health issues in them. And then they did another study in the UK that kind of mirrored this, but in the human population. The UK government jobs have a very structured hierarchy, and so they looked at the same type of thing. People at the top of that hierarchy had very low stress levels, and people at the bottom of this hierarchy had very high stress levels. There's a documentary, I'll try to link that in the description, that talks about that. But one of the things they suggested, if you're at the bottom of a hierarchy, is to basically find another tribe, become part of a hobby or some kind of group that would give you some higher status, and then this would in turn lower your stress. But there's also some drawbacks to splitting the tribe into different tribes, and that is it upsets the natural balance of things. One of those balances that gets upset is leadership, and I'll be talking about that in my next video, what I'm calling synthetic leadership. It's not a true leadership or organic leadership that it should be in a lot of cases, especially in jobs and in the business arena. And so a boss or a business owner could come in, and they would be using their team or their tribe in the business as more as a tool instead of as a tribe. And so this is going to upset a lot of the natural tribal relationships because he's not really part of the tribe, and it gets really confusing or really awkward and uncomfortable when that boss is using it as a tool and expects the benefits of a tribe, and it's a very unnatural thing. In ancient times, if the leader was a bad leader or there were some issues with the leader, then the tribe, obviously if that leader was bad enough, the entire tribe would basically excommunicate this leader or demote this leader, or in some cases they would just kill the leader. And that's not really the case today, because that power center has shifted so much into the leader's favor. If you wanted to get rid of the leader, you would have to be the one to leave the job or leave that tribe. And it's kind of been flipped, and it shouldn't be like that. And so this causes a lot of issues, and the really good leaders, the really good bosses, the really good business owners, they also impose this leadership on them, but also they garner the respect, the organic respect from their team to make them more of a natural and organic leader.